Tell folks the story of the flag that you've driven across the country.
Yeah, so we've had quite a lot of experiences coming across the country so far, and I was fortunate to lead it from California to here. You know, the big basis behind this is representative of what that flag on my truck stands for, and that's the Constitution. Every man and woman that's ever fought under that flag has taken an oath to defend the Constitution to foreign and domestic enemies. The unfortunate part is when they're domestic and they're their boss, they really can't do anything about it. What I mean by that is we've talked to these doctors. Nobody's ever had to die from this. No one's saying it never was real, but nobody had to die. There was ways to treat this without anybody perishing. And the unfortunate part with that is we've ended up with these emergency declarations that have kind of null and void that Constitution if they chose to do so. With that being said, in our Constitution, we not only have the right, but basically the duty as the American people to stop a tyrannical government. I think when a representative of the government, such as Dr. Fauci, is making monetary gains off medicines that were made to use when there was other ones available before that, and people have perished from it, there's a problem. That flag was given to me by the grandson of a World War II veteran in Big Cabin, Oklahoma. That man died in a tank in Germany in World War II. That particular flag came back on his casket. This fellow's mom is 78 years old, is a daughter of that fallen soldier. And he drove that flag to me and handed it to me folded, in which it had been for over 70 years, because his mom wanted it to fly behind my truck because it was the first thing since World War II to her that represented freedom.
Wow, that's great.
And I cried when he handed it to me, because that is about the heaviest thing I ever carried in my arms, other than my kids. And we've flown it proudly. The only thing they asked is that no matter how tattered it gets returned when we're done. And I will deliver that flag back to this family in Texas when this is all over. And I promised them that it would come to Washington, D.C. And there it sits.
Mission accomplished.
So what we're asking for with that, so that nobody that died under that flag has to be done so in vain, that we want accountability for anyone that had any part in making this pandemic worse than it had to be.
Right, yes.
Because it's no different than someone going out on the street and hurting someone that way.
That's right.
There needs to be accountability, and they need to pay for what they've done.
Yes.